upset, and all of this falls at the feet of Tyler Marsh and those who co-sign the lack of work ethic that we see from some players over there in Chicago. Let's start over here, shall we? This Angel Reese crash out over a loose ball foul call,
maximizing Kamila Cardoso's potential, while limiting Angel Reese's involvement, produces winning results, positioning Cardoso as the primary scoring threat in the post while transforming Reese into a secondary contributor yields a clear outcome. Improved team performance and victories follow. Chicago secured their season's opening win. The key factor, Reese observed most of the final period from the sideline. During her reduced role, Cardoso achieved a personal best with 23 points, demonstrating complete superiority against opponents.
What are we doing here? We are 2 games in, and we already have 2 separate games of Angel Reese failing to control her emotions. We saw it against the Indiana Fever. Yes, she got a hard foul. But what was the difference between Angel Reese's reaction to the hard foul and Ryan Howard's reaction to the hard foul? Ryan Howard got up, took a step, talked a little bit of jargon. That was it. Angel Reese took a hard foul, got up, took multiple steps. Teammates got in there, proceeded to step forward. More teammates got in between. She proceeded to step forward, couldn't control herself, undoes her shirt, goes to the bench.
Statistics reveal the truth without question. Reduced playing time for Reese correlates directly with Chicago's success rate. Another challenging performance for the rebounding specialist continues her established pattern, currently maintaining a 50% rebounding percentage. Experts recognize her improving passing abilities. Achieving the fastest 500 rebounds in franchise history raises durability concerns. Commentary teams highlight her steady progress in ball distribution and reduction in blocked attempts.
Can't calm herself down, gets up, walks back to the check-in table, and then we see the race hoax heard around the world unfold. However, against the New York Liberty, we can't take the race hoax route, so we just lose our mind on the court instead.
Offensive rebound and another loose ball foul. They're going to give it to Angel. And this one might be challenged. We'll have to see.
Professional basketball requires excellence, not sympathy. Clear foul situations demand proper official calls. These patterns exceed mere coincidence. Analysis reveals how Chicago found their success formula, directly tied to reducing their alleged cornerstone players' impact. The solution finally appeared for this struggling franchise. Cardoso delivered exceptional performance throughout the entire game. Final quarter developments shocked all spectators when coach Tyler Marsh made a crucial decision, creating ripples across the venue. Reese, positioned as the star player, watched pivotal moments unfold from the bench while teammates battled for their campaign's first triumph.
And an Angel Reese, I think, just got slapped.
Cursing at the ref, that's bullshit. Multiple times.
I don't like that.
And then we hear Shimmy Miller. We hear Shimmy Miller. We should be calling her.
What don't you like about it?
Good question. What don't you like about it? Shimmy Miller, we should be calling you Shilly Miller. Just shilling for the Chicago Sky. I get it. You might be the hometown announcer. Can we get some type of...
This substitution went beyond typical player rotation or fatigue management. Reese experienced genuine benching during vital moments, revealing deeper insight about roster requirements for achieving victory. Notably absent was Reese's usual double-digit production in 2 statistical categories, corresponding exactly with Chicago's breakthrough. Her scoring limitations remain evident as shooting deficiencies persist. Statistical evidence supports this assessment through repeated poor shooting performances. Data leading to this moment formed an undeniable narrative. Reese's 2-for-6 shooting effort and forced shots created patterns Coach Marsh could no longer overlook.
Reality when calling these games. Can we get some type of common sense when we hear you calling these games? I watch the Nets on Yes Network. Yes, you can tell it's a hometown sports broadcast. But they don't just let players' actions skate on by, but that might be the difference between the NBA and the WNBA, especially when it comes to the announcing. And
0 scoring in the opening quarter accompanied 3 missed field goal attempts. Halftime statistics showed minimal contribution with single-digit output. Her 33% shooting efficiency weakened an offense desperately requiring every available point. This performance represented ongoing issues rather than isolated struggles, with Reese forcing poor shots while damaging team-winning prospects. Basketball success demands court production, not celebrity status alone. Effective bench players can gain respect within defined roles. Defensive rebounding specialists who create additional possessions and defensive disruption provide valuable contributions. Reese possesses skills for meaningful team impact when her responsibilities remain clearly established. Scoring attempts should not dominate her primary strengths.
Clearly, when it comes to fans, right? In the NBA, when you hold somebody accountable, that's all you're doing as a fan to a player. You're holding them accountable. But in the WNBA, when you hold the player accountable, you are the worst thing that has ever been created. You are every name under the sun. This type of behavior can't be co-signed. This type of behavior can't be co-signed. One play, Angel Reese loses it.
Additional pressure intensified this situation through her inaugural professional matchup against Paige Bueckers. While Bueckers contributed 15 points with 8 assists, demonstrating complete player versatility, Reese struggled establishing any offensive flow. This comparison proved particularly challenging under live television scrutiny. Shooting deficiency continues producing losses as demonstrated by this specific example. Statistical examination reveals concerning trends: 25 minutes played, 2 made field goals from 6 attempts, yielding 33% accuracy. Standing 6'4" with such shooting percentages creates serious questions about offensive contribution.
How many times is she going to get away with just pushing people off, pushing people off, pushing people off? Now she gets a foul call and she throws a temper tantrum. Very interesting. The person who should be throwing temper tantrums on the Chicago Sky, that person should be this woman right here. That person should be Kamila Cardoso. Look at the frustration oozing out of Kamila Cardoso. She gets a switch. Natasha Cloud, she's posting her up. We can't get an entry pass to Kamila Cardoso. Now, a lot of people are going to say, wait. You see the players on the New York Liberty cheating?
9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 6 points represent appropriate statistical ranges for her skill level. Coach Marsh's post-game analysis revealed strategic reasoning behind the benching decision. He emphasized Reese's need for concentration on rebounding and playmaking rather than forced offensive creation. Marsh explained that Reese's authentic identity aligns with these specific strengths. Her skill set naturally supports rebounding and facilitating roles rather than primary scoring responsibilities. He also mentioned hand soreness potentially affecting her shooting performance, though this explanation might represent another excuse for persistent struggles.
I believe, Hamilton's injured. I'm not exactly sure who that is crashing down. Pardon me. You got Jonquel Jones on the backside. You give it to Kamila Cardoso. She's 6'7". She catches it up top. As soon as she turns to the paint, she recognizes that she's getting double teamed. She swings it, finds the open man, pull up 3, bang or break, depending on who's shooting. But that's commonplace in basketball. You dump it to the post. Defenses collapse. Whoever has the ball in the post turns, finds the wide open man. Defense rotates, swing, you get a 3. Defense rotates, swing, take it to the rack. You get a contested, maybe you get to the foul line, hit some free throws.
Cardoso dominated the first half scoring, ultimately finishing with 23 points after providing Chicago's opening 10 points. The contrast became apparent immediately. While Reese produced 6 points through inefficient shooting, her replacement created instant positive impact supporting team success. The crucial question shifted from whether Reese deserved benching to examining Chicago's performance with her reduced involvement. Would the team finally demonstrate collective basketball? Final period action showed Reese's appropriate role as an effective supporting player rather than featured option. Positive performance elements included additional passing attempts and improved ball movement, contributing to team scoring from multiple players through enhanced offensive flow. Chicago's transformation occurred immediately following Reese's fourth quarter benching. Offensive execution became noticeably smoother, with better ball distribution and superior scoring output against Dallas. Players began making extra passes instead of attempting contested shots. Court spacing improved dramatically, and Chicago resembled a professional organization rather than individual statistic seekers. This coaching decision revealed Chicago's potential when avoiding forced attempts through their struggling featured player. While Reese absorbed difficult lessons from the bench, remarkable developments unfolded on the court. Cardoso, previously operating in Reese's shadow for nearly 2 seasons, suddenly emerged as Chicago's offensive focal point. This moment wasn't anticipated for Cardoso's breakout performance. Her previous scoring high never exceeded 15 points, yet team strategy now revolved around her abilities. Cardoso delivered her finest seasonal showing, possibly the strongest performance of her young career. Few previous games matched this excellence level from her rookie campaign. Transformation began instantly, with Cardoso scoring Chicago's first 10 points, displaying unexpected confidence and aggressiveness. She attacked the rim purposefully, made intelligent post moves, and established herself as a legitimate scoring threat from the opening possession. This early offensive burst provided Chicago momentum and their season's first reliable scoring option, who avoided forcing shots. Finally, Cardoso received more playing time than Reese in a single contest. The entire offensive system operated through Cardoso's strengths, maximizing her influence on both ends. Veteran point guard Courtney Vandersloot completely supported this strategic adjustment. Vandersloot stated that Cardoso requires consistent ball touches due to her basketball intelligence, needing increased offensive involvement. When Hall of Fame teammates endorse specific players, their opinions carry substantial weight. Vandersloot praised Cardoso's sound decision-making and earned opportunities. Cardoso demonstrated remarkable execution throughout the competition. Vandersloot's pick-and-roll execution included hesitation moves, scoop layups, and precise passing to open teammates, featuring Cardoso. This combination produced outstanding results from Chicago's point guard position. Ariel Atkins performed effectively for consecutive games, providing necessary scoring and shot creation. Chicago desperately needed late-game situations requiring individual scoring plays, highlighted Atkins' ability to deliver crucial baskets for Chicago's success. Cardoso's performance impressed through two-way dominance extending beyond scoring statistics. Paint control on defense, loose ball recovery, and sharp passing maintained offensive continuity. Her approach differed significantly from Reese's methods, allowing the game to flow naturally rather than forcing unavailable opportunities. Statistical excellence featured 9 made shots from 13 attempts, 69% field goal percentage, 83% free throw accuracy, 8 rebounds, and 20 dominance characterized her execution throughout the evening. Interior positioning near the basket demonstrated her effectiveness in preferred locations. Reese occasionally made correct decisions, such as passing back to Cardoso for successful scoring opportunities. Each Cardoso basket seemed to unlock additional potential, while Chicago's offense operated in previously unseen ways. Players found her in advantageous positions. She finished through contact, and Chicago suddenly possessed legitimate interior presence. Shooting efficiency remained consistently high, with 9 field goals from 13 attempts and 5 made free throws from 6 chances. These numbers represent ideal production expectations from Cardoso. At 6'7", she should routinely achieve 10 rebounds per game through natural size advantages. Frustration regarding Cardoso stems from inconsistency following excellent performances. After 23 points and 8 rebounds, her next game production remains uncertain. She might produce only 6 points and 3 rebounds in subsequent contests. Displaying reliable consistency becomes essential for coaching staff and fan confidence. Cardoso's career-high scoring effort coincided perfectly with Reese's reduced role. Increased post touches, better positioning, and complete offensive support allowed Cardoso to thrive. Ball movement no longer assisted struggling players, but instead supported someone making positive shots and contributing to wins. Post-game comments from Cardoso revealed her satisfaction with translating off-season work into game performance. This development suggested Chicago's future might center around a ready player prepared for expanded duties rather than their presumed star. Recent observations show Cardoso frequently trailing Reese or moving around the basket while Reese attempts unsuccessful shots. When Reese made the correct decision to pass back to Cardoso, positive results followed immediately. Missing initial layup attempts didn't discourage Cardoso, who secured offensive rebounds and converted second opportunities. Statistical evidence accumulating throughout the season became impossible to ignore after this display. Reese's struggles against Dallas represented part of a troubling trend rather than an isolated poor game. while supporters and media continued making excuses. Numerical data exposed increasingly difficult to defend patterns. 6 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists in 25 minutes might appear acceptable statistically, but shooting efficiency and decision-making created serious concerns. 2 made field goals from 6 attempts translated to 33.3% shooting accuracy. This was an abnormal performance either. Scoreless first quarter, showing featured 3 missed shot attempts. Halftime statistics revealed only 1 point scored. These numbers fall well below expectations for someone supposedly handling offensive responsibilities. Playing in her 6th professional game, defensive pressure from opponents neutralized her effectiveness. A viral moment summarizing her entire evening occurred when Aaliyah Edwards blocked Reese's layup attempt. Edwards, formerly Caitlin Clark's teammate, delivered an emphatic block that symbolized Reese's offensive struggles and poor shot selection. Social media reactions highlighted this defensive play as representative of Reese's easily neutralized offensive impact when forcing shots. This block exceeded simple defensive execution, representing a statement about opposing teams' ability to contain Reese's forced offensive attempts. Chicago's offensive rating improved with Reese off the court compared to her playing minutes. Ball movement increased and higher percentage shots developed without her controlling possessions. Live viewing revealed enhanced offensive rhythm when Reese wasn't demanding touches and forcing attempts. Players made additional passes, found open teammates, and selected better shot opportunities. This represents fundamental basketball excellence. Teammate reactions showed genuine enthusiasm for efficient offensive execution. Quality layup attempts and effective play naturally create winning basketball, though this principle shouldn't require explanation. Season averages contrasted consistent underperformance rather than single-game difficulties. Individual statistics mattered less than team execution when she wasn't the primary offensive focus. Chicago's offensive metrics, with and without Reese, showed significant performance differences. Assist totals increased to 25 plus in consecutive games, and shooting percentages improved when offense didn't operate through Reese. Professional basketball emerged when Chicago stopped forcing everything through their struggling star. These statistics suggest Chicago's success formula requires Reese accepting a dramatically different role than expected by herself or supporters. Officiating standards in professional women's basketball need improvement, as poor decision-making affects game flow and competitive balance. Traveling violations and illegal movement patterns require consistent enforcement from game officials. While one player experienced benching in Chicago and her team achieved victory, another sits injured in Indiana with her team suffering through consecutive losses. 2 sophomore stars facing completely different circumstances produce vastly different team results. One receives reduced minutes through coaching decisions while the other remains sidelined due to physical injury. These contrasting situations expose which player actually impacts their team's success. League dynamics can shift rapidly based on player availability and execution. Without their star point guard, Indiana appeared lost offensively and defensively unorganized. The team cannot function without their floor general directing offensive sets and creating scoring opportunities for teammates. No suitable replacement exists for court vision, playmaking ability, or leadership qualities. Indiana's entire structure crumbles because their foundation depends on generational talent who elevates surrounding players' performance. Meanwhile, Chicago, without Reese during crucial moments, appeared more cohesive than any previous point this season. Offensive efficiency actually improved without forced shots and ball dominance. Natural ball movement emerged with players finding better scoring opportunities, resembling professional basketball rather than individual stat accumulation. Chicago possesses one potential legitimate superstar, and that player is Cardoso, not Reese.